Gracie and I are at the coal mines today, outside the solitary cells of the main building, and what we're going to do is show you the lime kiln. And if you follow this pathway that's here, down the steps, it'll lead you in the right direction. Now I'll meet you at the bottom, otherwise you'll get a minute of me telling Gracie not to pull. Okay, so we've reached the bottom of the steps. See a few signs in that here. You can read them on the way. We're going to turn left at the bottom of the steps and follow this trail along here. Lots of fallen trees, lots of deadwood. I haven't covered this area before apart from the old wharf that's out the front. This area here, I believe, was where the 1833 adit was, where they tunnelled in to find the coal. And travelling around here, approximately here was a building where the boat crew were. I think it was four rooms, and may have been this outline here, something I really have not done much on it, and from what I believe there's nothing left at all. This little depression here I believe is an aqueduct where they drain the water from the tunnels, and then up there through all that bush, logs, trees was the 1834-35 adit, where the longer tunnel where they tunnelled in to get the coal, and then the coal would come out to here. It would be stored here on this platform and then sent out on a jetty that's over there, at a later date. But we'll keep going here. Now I think on somewhere it says follow the beach. As you can see, there is no beach. Now this isn't quite high tide yet. I think I've got another hour to go, but the restoration work or the preventive work they've done here due to the sea level rising has just about washed away completely over the storms we've had this weekend. So there isn't no real way of getting down the beach. What we're going to do is follow this old convict tramway road and across this little barricade. I don't know why this is here. I don't know whether people just stacked up sticks or the Port Arthur who managed the place have a reason for us not going along here. But I will ask them next time I see them, and put some notes in the video for you. So this all would have been dead flat, and this would have, I think it would almost go round to Plunket Point. You can see there the height of it, where that tree stump is. I believe it's where it originally would have been there, and it all would have been dead flat, clear of vegetation. It would have been smoother than a golf course. Now when you get to about here, it stops due to the vegetation. The truck keeps going, but it's too hard to get through. So what we do is we come down here, and with a little bit of caution, we then come to a flat area which allows us to bypass the damage done to the beach there. You can see there, even those logs seem to be moved slightly. The waves weren't huge on the weekend, but they were consistent. You can can see the coal on the beach. Over. So you keep following down, and we're getting close. It's not marked, signposted or anything. There are many of the things at the coal mines. And we come through to here. When you see these stones here, you know you're on the right spot. And there we have the lime kiln. Now the lime was produced by combining shells found along the coastline here, in particular from many of the Aboriginal middens that dotted the coastline, and it was burnt with wood, and the temperature they had to get it up to was about 900 degrees Celsius. Now the cooled lime was mixed with sand, and that was used to create mortar and cement to use in the construction. If water was added to that mortar and some glue, then they'd use that for the lime wash to coat inside and outside the buildings. Now it's about 4 metres across at the widest points. Research suggests it was built around 1835, maybe 36. They gather that because the military barracks and magistrate quarters that were brick built were built around that time, so they needed the lime mortar to enable the construction. The old records show that around 1840 an overseer and 4 convicts worked on the kiln, and that number increased to 8 convicts by 1846. And one could assume that with those 8 convicts working here, 1846 was probably the peak of the building construction going on here. I say that because by 1847 they only had 2 convicts employed at the kiln, so construction must have been on the tail end by then. So it's a beautiful little structure. Most people don't see it when they come down here. It's nothing secret. I don't know how it's lasted this long in history, why the brick robbers and vandals haven't taken to it by now, but it's well worth that little climb down the steps and along the beach to have a look for it yourself. There's the brickwork inside there. Lovely round or cone shape, it's more, it seems to me. It's lined up nicely, the bricks, and then it's got a supporting wall on the outside here of sandstone. It has been reinforced to preserve the entrance here, but this is where the end product would have come out, and then using that pathway we just walked along would have been transported up to the areas where they're going to use it for construction. So there we have it, the lime kiln at the coal mines.